You are tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in, and follow your boy on Instagram and Twitter at BoxingFirst Jeff TV. Gervonta Tank Davis, one of the most popular fighters in the game. One of the best 135 pounders in the game. He's definitely in my top 5. His name was in the boxing news because a 30-second clip came out. I don't know if it was by Gervonta Tank Davis or somebody on his team, but they came out with a 30-second clip where he was sparring 147-pounder Ivan Redkach, and Gervonta Tank Davis was going to work on Ivan Redkach to be nice. Now, I know you're thinking like, okay, typical sparring. Gervonta Tank Davis got the better of it. 30-second clip, okay, so what? Here's the thing. Ivan Redkach actually responded on social media. He basically said that he was basically hired to do 6 rounds with Gervonta Tank Davis. The rule was no recording. No recording. And Ivan Redkach took offense to someone in Gervonta Tank Davis' team putting out that 30-second clip, especially with Gervonta Davis looking so good. Mind you, Gervonta Tank Davis looked fat as shit. He looked fat as shit. He looked like he had his little cousin t-shirt on and shit. Like, he looked like that t-shirt that he had on, that looked like the t-shirt that he wears on, like, after the weigh-in. Like, when he done got down to 130, 135, man, Tank looked every bit of 160, 165, easy. He looked fat. He like a little butterball and shit. And I'm a Tank fan, but my eyes, I got perfect vision. That motherfucker looked like he about 160, 165 in that sparring clip. And that's just what it is. But Gervonta Tank Davis, his name is attached to it. The clip came out, and Ivan Redkach said, hey, listen, why don't you show the other rounds where I was tearing your fat ass gut up? And he challenged him to another sparring match. Ivan Redkach said he went back to the gym, said Tank ain't show up. Redkach put up a post on Instagram. He said, Tank, you hopped out the ring after 4 rounds. We agreed to 6. Why you hop out after 4 rounds? And when Ivan Redkach said that, I tend to believe him. I'm going to tell you why. I tend to believe him because I've heard some stories about Tank just leaving the ring before the sparring's over. I've heard he's done it in his own gym. I've heard he's done it in other gyms. I've heard he's done it at the Mayweather gym. So it's just something that he does. But there are guys that are in these gyms that be really giving Gervonta Tank Davis work. You know what I'm saying? But this whole situation is just, it's laughable. Like, it's laughable. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's worth a serious discussion. And you can have both things in the same situation. It's laughable because it's a 30-second clip, and it came from Gervonta Tank Davis camp. It came from Tank Davis camp. Like, the top fighters in the sport, they all do this shit. Their editing team is crazy. Their video editing team is crazy. Like, we seen Conor McGregor do that with Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi came out and said, hey, why don't you show the whole sparring? Of course they're not going to show the whole sparring. They're going to show the part that make Conor McGregor look good. You understand what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather. It was rumored that Errol Spence beat him up. You see that video never came out. But then any other video you seen of Floyd Mayweather sparring, he's whipping ass because the video editing team made it that way. So you can't knock Gervonta Tank Davis' team for actually putting out a video to make their guy look good. I just think it's kind of slimy that they went against their own rules. They told Redkach he couldn't record, but they went on and recorded. But that leads to a bigger topic that I really want to get into, and it's the fact of sparring, just in boxing, period. You had a situation with Ivan Redkach and Gervonta Tank Davis, and Tank even said, yo, like they can spar and they can put it on IG live. They go live on IG. Now some people don't like it, but I particularly don't have a problem with that because Sean Porter did it before. Like I think he put it on Facebook Live. He had a sparring session and put it on one of the social media platforms, and actually had introductions and all that, like it was an actual fight. So I'm not particularly opposed to it if they want to set it up. I think they dumb for it, but I'm not opposed to it. I'll definitely watch it. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes back to my question in regards to just sparring in boxing. Now, you have some people that feel like sparring is to practice things, to learn things, to improve your skills. And some people feel like sparring should be like actual fights where you're literally going to war. Some people feel like they want to show as much as their gym activity and their sparring as possible on social media to help them promote. And you have some people that feel like, okay, I don't want to put my sparring on video on social media because then my opponents have video on me. So with this Gervonta Tank Davis and Ivan Redkach situation, this definitely brings up a more important topic. How should you go about sparring and just training in the gym in terms of recording? Should you record your sparring and show it to, on social media? Or should you go with the old saying, what happens in the gym stays in the gym? Now, as far as that phrase, like that shit doesn't exist anymore. That shit does not exist anymore. Even if you don't see the video, you always hear stories about what happened in this sparring with this person and that person. I don't ever take it seriously for this reason. A guy that usually is whooping ass in the ring might have went 12, 13 rounds and had 3-4 different guys rotating. And then the last guy that comes in is fresh as a daisy and you done fought 12, 13 rounds. So, of course, the guy that's fresh getting off on you a little bit. Somebody that don't know about boxing, they going to lead a gym. They be like, yo, homie got his ass whipped against somebody they ain't even that good. You don't know your boxing. You don't know your boxing. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear these sparring stories, and even when I see certain sparring clips and a guy is getting off on somebody else inside of the ring in a sparring session, I don't put too much into it because I'm like, it's practice. Like it's practice, like not a fight, not an actual fight under the lights, promoted and all that. Like we're talking practice, AI voice, practice, not a game. But practice. And we got people trying to make their legend and trying to make their names off of gym stories. And to be honest with you, a lot of guys are having these gym wars and they're making their careers shorter than what it has to be, because a lot of these guys are leaving it in the gym. And then by the time they get to the ring, they ain't got nothing. I know Anthony Yard and his trainer, I know they go about things a certain way. They don't get into wars inside of the gym. They don't get into wars. They like to work on things and actually learn inside the ring. But then if you go back in the past, you take a guy like James Toney, he didn't like hitting the bag. He didn't like doing none of that stuff. All he wanted to do was spar. All he wanted to do was spar all day long. And there's a lot of people out here that don't want to, a lot of fighters that don't want to do road work. They don't want to hit the bag. They don't want to do the speed bag. They don't want to do none of that stuff. They just want to get in and just spar and just fight. When it comes down to these fighters and it comes down to a fighter's career, the two most important things is, one, how you preserve your body, and number two, matchmaking. Those are the two most important things in the sport of boxing when you are a boxer and you have some type of talent. If you have those two things under control, you're giving yourself an opportunity to be successful in the sport. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.